Hi, my name is Lindsey Gray, and I'm a missionary pilot serving with Africa Inland Mission in Nairobi, Kenya. I'm 26 years old, and I've been flying for 9 years since I was 17. And I had an interest in aviation at a really young age, and my parents raised my sister and I to have a missions mindset. And my mom especially taught us that in whatever skills that the Lord has given you, just to take those skills and serve Him. So I knew I wanted to do missions, and I knew I was interested in aviation, but I didn't know how the two of those combined. And my dad found out about missionary aviation, and I was about in junior high and felt that that was what the Lord was calling me to do. So I went to an inner city high school up in North Las Vegas and studied aviation, and started flight training when I was 17, and I soloed an airplane when I was 18. And I went off to college in Montana just to pursue aviation. And so I did, and I became a flight instructor and was able to teach people how to fly when I was 19. After college, I moved to Lynchburg, Virginia, and studied aircraft maintenance, and I became an airframe and power plant mechanic. So in addition to flying, I've learned how to fix airplanes too, so that you're able to use both of those skills effectively on the field. Now that I'm all trained and ready to go, I think about what day-to-day life will be like for me overseas. And some things are a little bit different. I won't shop in traditional grocery stores. I'll buy my food from the market. And traffic is busy and congested, although that's quite like Las Vegas, so that's pretty similar. Overall, day-to-day life is a little bit slower paced, just based upon the culture. But in as many things that are different, there's a lot of similarities. I'll be living in a house, just like here in the States. And I'll have a phone and internet to communicate with. So it's still very much a modern city, like you would expect here in the U.S. So that's what my lifestyle will be looking like. But my day-to-day life of a pilot is very different than what you'd think of a pilot in the U.S. as of a commercial pilot. I'll be flying a small airplane. It seats 6 people, and it has a cargo pod so that we can carry more supplies. And so what I'll do is I'll get to the airport in the morning, and I'll meet the missionaries that I'll be flying and pick up the stuff that I'll be transporting. And I'll be flying from village to village, dropping off different missionaries and picking them up, and spending time with them as well, and getting them to where they're serving on the front line. The runways that I'll be landing at aren't the runways like you see here in the U.S. They're typically not paved. They don't have air traffic control towers, and they're dirt and they're grass, and some of them are up on the side of mountains and hills, and some of them are down in the desert valleys, but it's not like you would think here in the States. So I'll be landing at runways like that, and then in the evening I'll return back to home base, and we'll clean up the airplane and then do it all again the next day. The purpose of the organization is to build Christ-centered churches among all African peoples. So AIM as an organization has people that work all over the continent of Africa. AIM Air is designed to serve those people that are working on the front lines. And we use airplanes as tools to serve them and get them to location so that they will be more effective in their ministry. I've always known that in whatever you do, that you need to serve the Lord with those skills and abilities. So I'd just like to challenge you to consider what your skills are and what abilities the Lord has given you, and in what ways He might be calling you to serve Him with those skills. And for you, that might not be a pilot or an aircraft mechanic, but maybe it's a teacher or a doctor or a nurse, and to take those skills and to use those skills to serve Him. Thank you so much, Community Church at Anthem. Through your prayers and financial giving, it's allowed me to be obedient to the call that God has placed on my life. And indirectly through your support, you're serving God in Africa and Nairobi and Kenya and the surrounding countries.